The Munich Air Disaster, often referred to as the Munich Disaster in the context of Manchester United, is one of the darkest moments in football history. Here's a brief recount. Date: February 6, 1958. Context: Manchester United was on the rise in the 1950s, led by their charismatic manager Matt Busby. The team, famously known as the Busby Babes, was composed of young, talented players who were making a name for themselves in English and European football. They had just played a European Cup match against Red Star Belgrade in Yugoslavia and were returning to Manchester. The disaster. After a refueling stop in Munich, Germany, the team's plane, a British European Airways (BEA) Airspeed Ambassador, attempted to take off in heavy snow. The aircraft failed to gain sufficient speed due to the slush on the runway, causing it to crash into fences and a house near the airport. Of the 44 people on board, 23 perished, including 8 Manchester United players. Jeff Bent, Roger Byrne, Eddie Coleman, Duncan Edwards, who died 15 days later from his injuries, Mark Jones, David Pegg, Tommy Taylor, Liam Whelan. Also among the deceased were 3 club staff members, 8 journalists, and 2 other passengers. Impact on Manchester United. Immediate aftermath. The disaster left the club in mourning and with a severely depleted squad. Matt Busby was critically injured but survived, returning to manage the club in the 1958-59 season. Reconstruction. The recovery was both literal and symbolic. Young players like Bobby Charlton emerged as key figures, and the club also signed new talents to rebuild the team. Legacy. The disaster deepened the bond between the club and its supporters. The memory of the Busby Babes is commemorated every year on the anniversary of the crash with a memorial service at Old Trafford. Long-term effects. Cultural impact. The Munich disaster became a defining element of Manchester United's history, emphasizing resilience and the spirit of recovery. Football changes. It also led to changes in football travel arrangements and safety, with teams often opting for more cautious flight scheduling and better weather assessments. The Munich Air Disaster remains a poignant chapter in Manchester United's history, symbolizing tragedy, loss, but also the enduring spirit of the club.